Subscribe to our channel and help us to spread the word. Catholic Meditation, January 12, 2024. Testimonies of faith and love too. They lend him their leg. They already etched itself into the memory of the disciples of Christ. The presence of the Lord bestowed a unique radiance upon the city to discern the beauty of this moment, and when in search of the light dwelling among its streets and squares. It is St. Mark who writes, when, after a few days, Jesus entered Capernaum, it was reported that he was at home. Many were gathered together, so that there was no more room, not even at the door, and he was preaching the word to them. They came, bringing to him a paralytic carried by 4 men, and when they could not get near him because of the crowd, they removed the roof above him, and when they had made an opening, they let down the bed on which the paralytic lay. Friendship and audacity. These are the ropes with which they lowered their paralyzed companion. Faith in Jesus, the Rabbi from Nazareth. Faith in his power, in his mercy. Faith that the Lord would understand them and not disappoint. Friendship among them. Unyielding friendship. Friendship toward their paralyzed friend, each lending their legs, lending him their faith, their hope. Friendship that surpasses the insurmountable. Audacity that moves them to do the unthinkable, to break through ceilings, to ask without words, to break down obstacles, risking everything, driven by their faith, their friendship, their courage. And when Jesus saw their faith, he said to the paralytic, "Son, your sins are forgiven." The paralytic before Jesus. The 4 friends observed from the hole in the roof. All of humanity hanging on your words, Lord. And you, my life, seeing the faith, friendship, and audacity of these friends, you give them your friendship, your mercy, your peace. Your sins are forgiven. These were the ropes binding the feet of the paralytic. These were the chains. And you, my master, break them, and we all hear you. Sin is destroyed, and the soul dances again. Why does this man speak like that? He is blaspheming. Who can forgive sins but God alone? This is what the scribes and Pharisees think. This is what those who do not believe in your power of love, my Jesus, think. But you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. He said to the paralytic, I say to you, rise, pick up your bed, and go home. Come to your house carrying the bed of my sins and betrayals. I ask you, Mother, not to tire of bringing me to Jesus. This brief guided meditation, we will continue with a theological commentary on the passage Mark. The passage from Mark recounts the episode in which Jesus forgives and heals a paralyzed man in Capernaum. This narrative provides a profound insight into the authority of Jesus, his ability to forgive sins and perform miracles, as well as the reactions of those present. The narrative begins with Jesus returning to a house, and news of his presence spreads quickly. The crowd gathers around him, filling the house to the point where no more people can enter. A group arrives carrying a paralyzed man, and unable to get close due to the crowd, they decide to open a hole in the roof and lower the man in front of Jesus. The striking statement is directed to the paralyzed man. Son, your sins are forgiven. This statement elicits surprise and controversy among the scribes present, who question in their hearts Jesus' prerogative to forgive sins, as they consider only God able to do so. Jesus, fully aware of their thoughts, poses the question, which is easier, to say to the paralytic, your sins are forgiven, or to say, rise, take up your bed and walk? To demonstrate to forgive sins as well as to heal, Jesus commands the paralyzed man to rise, take his bed, and go home. Immediately, the man is healed, rises, and leaves before the astonished crowd. From a perspective, this passage underscores the divine nature of Jesus and his unique ability to forgive sins. The connection between the forgiveness of sins and physical healing challenges conventional expectations and emphasizes that Jesus' power encompasses all dimensions of human life. The episode also reveals the paralyzed man's and his friend's faith response in seeking Jesus for healing and forgiveness, demonstrating how active faith can trigger God's transformative action. The question about what is easier, forgiving sins or performing physical healing, highlights that both acts require the same divine authority. By performing visible healing, Jesus validates his ability to forgive sins, showing that his authority is not limited to what is observable, but penetrates to the deepest aspects of the human condition. Being amazed and glorifying God highlights the revelation of Jesus' divinity. However, the hostility of the scribes underscores the theological tension and reveals resistance to accepting Jesus' unique authority. In summary, the passage of Mark 2:1-12 presents a powerful testimony to Jesus' divine authority to forgive sins and heal. That the connection between spiritual and physical liberation, we are reminded that the Lord addresses our needs comprehensively. The narrative also emphasizes the importance of active faith and the human response to Jesus' invitation to experience his transformative grace.